Echoes of the Forgotten. In the heart of the old forest, where the trees whispered secrets and shadows danced in the moonlight, there lay a tale of a lost solar tale that would haunt me forever. It began on a cold autumn evening, the air heavy with the scent of fallen leaves and decay. I had been hiking through the forest, seeking solace in the embrace of nature, when I stumbled upon an ancient ruin hidden amidst the trees. The ruins were overgrown with ivy and moss, their crumbling stones bearing silent witness to a forgotten past. Curiosity piqued, I ventured closer, my footsteps echoing in the stillness of the forest. As I explored the ruins, I noticed a peculiar carving etched into the stone, a figure with hollow eyes and outstretched hands. It seemed to beckon to me, a silent plea for recognition in a world that had long forgotten its existence. Intrigued, I reached out to touch the carving, my fingers tracing its weathered surface, and that's when I heard it, the faintest whisper, like a gentle breeze rustling through the leaves. "Help me," it pleaded, a voice laden with sorrow and despair. Startled, I withdrew my hand, my heart pounding in my chest. Was it just my imagination, or had the ruins truly spoken to me? Shaken but undeterred, I pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind the mystery. Startled, I withdrew my hand, my heart pounding in my chest. Was it just my imagination, or had the ruins truly spoken to me? Shaken but undeterred, I pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind the mystery. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, I found myself drawn deeper into the ruins. The whispers grew louder with each step, a chorus of lost souls crying out for release from their eternal torment. Then I saw her, a figure cloaked in darkness, her eyes alight with an otherworldly glow. She reached out to me, her hand outstretched in silent supplication. "Help me," she pleaded once more, her voice echoing in the depths of my mind. Driven by a compulsion I couldn't explain, I followed her deeper into the ruins, each step bringing me closer to the heart of the mystery. The air grew colder, the whispers louder, until they were all I could hear, drowning out the sound of my own heartbeat. And then we reached it, the source of the whispers, the key to unlocking the tale of the lost soul. It was a tomb, hidden beneath the forest floor, its entrance marked by a single, solitary candle burning in the darkness. With trembling hands, I approached the tomb, the weight of centuries bearing down on my shoulders. As I pushed open the door, a rush of cold air greeted me, sending shivers down my spine. Inside, the tomb was empty save for a single sarcophagus, its lid carved with the same figure I had seen in the ruins above. Without hesitation, I lifted the lid, revealing the contents within: a woman, her features frozen in a mask of eternal agony. She was the lost soul, trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead, her spirit bound to the ruins by an ancient curse. With a surge of determination, I reached out to her, my hand brushing against her cold, lifeless skin. "You are free," I whispered, a promise of release in the darkness. And then, something miraculous happened. The woman's eyes flickered with light, her spirit shimmering like a flame in the night. With a final, wordless cry, she vanished into the ether, leaving behind nothing but the echo of her presence. As I emerged from the tomb, the forest seemed different somehow, as though the weight of the past had been lifted from its ancient boughs. The whispers had ceased, replaced by the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. But as I made my way back through the forest, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had stumbled upon something greater than myself. A tale of lost souls, unforgotten spirits, of redemption and release. And though the memory would fade with time, the echoes of the forgotten would linger on in the depths of my mind, a reminder of the mysteries that lie hidden in the darkness. Echoes of the Forsaken. I remember the night it all began. The night I first heard the tale of the lost soul. It was a stormy evening, the rain drumming against the windows of the old inn where I sought shelter. The fire crackled in the hearth, casting long shadows across the room as the other patrons huddled close, seeking solace from the cold. It was an old man who first spoke of the lost soul, his voice barely more than a whisper as he recounted the legend that had haunted these lands for generations. They said that deep in the heart of the forest there lay a hidden cemetery, a place where the lost and forgotten were laid to rest. And in that cemetery there was a grave that belonged to a soul that had never found peace. According to the legend, the lost soul wandered the forest at night, its mournful cries echoing through the trees like a siren's song. Those who heard its wails were said to be cursed, doomed to join the ranks of the forgotten, their spirits trapped in the limbo between life and death for all eternity. At first, I dismissed the tale as nothing more than superstition, a fanciful story spun by old men to scare the children. But as the night wore on and the storm raged outside, a seed of doubt began to take root in my mind. What if the legend was true? What if there really was a lost soul wandering the forest? Its anguished cry is a testament to the horrors of its existence. The thought sent a shiver down my spine, and I found myself unable to shake the feeling of unease that settled over me, like a suffocating blanket. When the innkeeper offered me a room for the night, I accepted gratefully, eager to escape the darkness that seemed to seep into my bones. But as I lay in bed, the sound of the storm outside lulling me into a fitful sleep, I dreamed of the lost soul. It appeared before me, its form shrouded in darkness, its eyes burning with an otherworldly light. It reached out to me, its touch like ice against my skin, and I knew then that the legend was real, that the lost soul was not just a story, but a reality, a presence that lurked in the shadows, waiting to claim its next victim. I awoke with a start, the echoes of my dreams still ringing in my ears. The storm had passed, leaving behind an eerie stillness that seemed to linger in the air. I knew then that I had to find the hidden cemetery, to uncover the truth behind the legend that had captured my imagination. With a sense of determination, I set out into the forest, the trees towering overhead like silent sentinels. The path was overgrown and treacherous, but I pressed on, driven by a force I could not name. As I ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to lengthen around me. I could feel the presence of the lost soul, its presence a weight upon my soul, dragging me further into the darkness. And then I saw it, the cemetery, hidden away among the trees, its headstones weathered and worn with age. I approached cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest as I stepped between the graves, each one a silent testament to lives long forgotten. But as I reached the center of the cemetery, I felt a sudden chill run down my spine, a chill that had nothing to do with the cold of the night. The ground beneath my feet seemed to shift and tremble, and I realized with horror that I was standing on the grave of the lost soul. And then, with a deafening roar, the ground gave way beneath me, and I tumbled into the darkness below. I landed with a thud. The air knocked from my lungs as I struggled to regain my senses. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I realized that I was not alone. The lost soul stood before me, its form flickering in and out of existence like a wisp of smoke. It reached out to me, its touch like a vice around my throat, and I knew then that I had sealed my fate, that I would join the ranks of the forgotten, condemned to wander the forest for all eternity, a lost soul in a world of shadows and echoes.